All right, earnings are tough to grow in a recession, yet search deep enough and you'll find a batch of businesses that have managed to post a rise in profits. Bloomberg columnist John Dorfman put over 2,000 publicly traded stocks to the test, and he found 5 that he says we should watch. He joins us now from Boston to talk about those names with us. John, thanks for coming on the show. Let me ask you first, what was your screening process to come up with 5 out of 2,000? I mean, it seems pretty difficult.
Well, first I looked for 5-year earnings growth of 10% or better. And then I wanted companies that had grown right through the recession. So I took the latest quarter, compared it with 4 quarters earlier, and make sure there was at least 10% growth in that latest 1-year period. And then I also looked for companies under 15 times earnings and with not too much debt less than equity. That gave me a list of 71 candidates, and then I just selected some that I thought were of interest to talk about.
And one of those stocks, John, that you thought were interesting is Bristol Myers. Now, since the end of 2000, Bristol Myers stock price has dropped from, I think, $70 to about $23 a share. Why recommend this one?
Well, partly because it has dropped so far. I mean, now Bristol Myers yields 5.5%, so its yield is better than some utilities. It's selling at a PE multiple not much better than tobacco companies, and it makes products that save people's lives, not cost people's lives. And its profit margins are still terrific. Operating margins in the mid to high 20% range. So those are some of the reasons I like it. It has a really beautiful dividend yield on it of 5.5%.
Let's talk about a railroad. Burlington Northern Santa Fe has posted some consistent profits. Is that the only reason you like them?
Well, I think that the general trend the next 5 to 10 years in energy prices will be up. And railroads are a pretty efficient way, energy efficient way to move freight. It's a lot more efficient to move a lot of freight on one train than it is, to move it on 40 or 50 trucks. So that's one reason I like Burlington Northern. And frankly, it doesn't discourage me that Warren Buffett owns a big chunk of the shares.
I was going to say, it sounds like there might be some others, and that was what I was thinking.
Hey, another name, John, Raytheon, also came up in your search. You like them. Investors anticipate U.S. withdrawal from Iraq, and they expect Congress to kind of hack defense spending potentially. Why recommend, though, Raytheon, a missile maker?
I'd love to invest contrary to what I believe are public myths or misperceptions. And there is a belief that I think is partially a misconception that Democrats are tremendous doves when it comes to defense, and they take an axe to the defense budget. And in particular, that Barack Obama is very dovish on defense. I don't believe that's the case. So I think that investors are reacting as if all defense stocks are going to be in big trouble because the Democrats are in power in Washington. And I simply don't believe that's the case. Beyond that, I think Raytheon's pretty attractive at around 10, 11 times earnings.
All right, John, we've got to run. Thanks so much. John Dorfman joining us this afternoon.
And you can check out his column, obviously, on our website at Bloomberg.com.